This is the A Ma Maniere Jordan 5 Dusk. It's dropping on November the 24th for $225, and it's got a ton of details that even I missed. Guys, today I'm going over the best new sneaker releases, and people have been waiting for these for a very long time. It's the latest in a now pretty long line of A Ma Maniere and Jordan collaborations. Some of them people absolutely loved, and others not so much. I will say this all-over black Dusk colorway is a lot better than I was at least initially anticipating. There's another colorway as part of this latest Jordan 5 collaboration, and that is the all-over white or sail Dawn colorway, and that pair is going to be dropping November the 17th. So all of the previous A Ma Maniere and Jordan collaborations all had one thing in common, and that was insane quality. And that was pretty much something that we came to expect with every single new collaboration that they had cooked up. We all expected the exact same incredible attention to detail and quality of materials. Every time you buy an A Ma Maniere Jordan collaboration, you expect to have something that feels luxurious. But when I saw the early images of the 5s, I didn't really think that they put the same amount of attention to detail and the same amount of quality on this one. They didn't have the same quilted inner sock liner that we'd seen with all of the previous collaborations. They didn't seem to have anything incredible in terms of the materials. But having these things in hand, they are way better than I thought. I not only like them a lot more, but I've also realized some things that I just had no idea were even part of this sneaker. For starters, the box is a really nice satin feeling Bordeaux color with the monogram branding pressed into it. You've got graphics on the lid, special A Ma Maniere paper. You also get 2 extra laces with this pair of shoes, a sail and a white color. And I will say, unexpectedly, the sail laces seem to be the go-to with this pair of shoes. I think it looks phenomenal. Now, the sneaker itself is covered in a really nice feeling nubuck, which doesn't really stray too far away from a regular pair of Jordan 5s. I don't think there's any surprises in that department. You do have leather eye stays in replacement of the standard plastic ones that you get with regular Jordan 5s. You've got super thick embroidery for the Nike Air branding on the back of the heel, and the 23 logo pressed into the side of that nubuck material. Now, my new favorite detail about this pair of shoes is the inner sock liner. I know, I was hoping that they added the same quilted material, but now I'm so thankful they switched it up, because this is it's just cool. Basically, it looks like regular mesh until you look closely and realize that they've kind of stitched in the A Ma Maniere A monogram print all over it. That's actually really hard to tell, so I think a ton of people are gonna miss this little detail, but I think it's really cool. And it's really just the beginning to showcase how much attention to detail A Ma Maniere put into this pair of 5s. It's probably the coolest form of branding I've ever seen on a pair of shoes, just because it is so subtle that hardly anybody's even gonna notice it, so it's awesome. Now, another thing that I completely missed from the early images of this pair of shoes is the rubber mesh. Now, typically on a pair of 5s, it's just regular. However, on this one, again, they added that A logo or the monogram print for their branding. Now, of course, this is all yellowed out or vintaged out along with all of the other plastic and rubber elements of this pair of shoes, so that goes for the outsole and the lace toggle. Of course, you got the classic Jordan 5 reflective tongue, which shares both the Jumpman branding and, of course, the A Ma Maniere A. I think this pair of sneakers has been done almost to perfection. I'm a huge fan of both of the colorways. If I had to choose between them, I would probably take the white one, although I do think that I'm going to end up wearing this black pair a lot more. So yeah, if you're looking for a really solid, versatile colorway of ultimate premiumness that Jordan Brand and A Ma Maniere have to offer, I think this is definitely a solid option. But speaking of premiumness, this is the Air Jordan 1 Low Chris Paul. Now, these dropped October the 24th, and as expected, were extremely limited. Currently, they're reselling for about $250 to $350. But what you're getting for that money is, in my opinion, one of the top 5 Jordan 1s of this entire year. It's truly something different for a pair of Jordan 1s, and with the amount of retro and different colorways that we're getting, this one definitely stands out. And to be fair, it's actually super different for a Chris Paul collaboration. All of the other ones that they've done have been pretty colorful. Funny enough, these actually have a lot in common with the A Ma Maniere Jordan 5, and that's just super subtle details and premium feeling material. So these are covered in a super soft suede that goes from like hairy suede around the toe box to this incredible floral pattern that's kind of pressed into every other panel. I think the floral pattern might be something that actually turns some people away from this pair of shoes, but honestly, it is my favorite detail. I think it makes these sneakers look so much more premium and kind of distinguished, for lack of a better word. It really reminds me of the clot pattern that they added to their Air Forces and more recently the Dunks. You get a ton of extra laces, all high quality wax style to complement the light cream and sail upper. Now, the outsole is semi-translucent with a somewhat sail tinge to it, and of course you've got some some more of that floral pattern just peeking through that outsole. Man, it is a solid pair if you wanted something different and pretty special in my opinion. I'm going to show you guys the quickest and easiest way to reliably check if your sneakers are fake. First off, use the link in my description to download the Check app. Use the code Elliot when you sign up and you'll get a credit completely free. Choose the sneaker you're going to be checking on the app. I need to check my pair of Travis Scott Jordan 1 Lows. Upload a series of detailed images of specific parts of the shoe, like the stitching, size tag, and the back of the insole. The app will then use both human and AI to authenticate your sneakers. And this can be done in literally just 15 minutes. If you're in a rush and you need to know ASAP, you'll then be notified of the results. Thankfully, mine came back legit because these things are expensive. The Check app has done nearly 2 million legit checks so far, which has saved a ton of people from getting stuck with fake sneakers. So try it out for yourself. And don't forget to use the code Elliot when you sign up, and that way you'll get a free credit. A huge thank you to Check app for sponsoring today's video, but let's get back to it. Now, special is exactly the word I would use for this next pair, which honestly I think is one of the most surprising sneakers I've tried all year. This is the RAL7000studio Ecco Street Ace Low. Now, these dropped on November the 10th. Now, understandably, you may have never heard of either of these brands. RAL7000studio is a collective of designers that have collabs with both Bershka and Adidas and some other ones as well. Now, they have created some of the wildest sneakers that you have ever seen. And Ecco, on the other hand, is kind of the opposite in terms of the design factor. They make very subtle and low-key sneakers, but their sneakers are known for incredible materials and comfort. And when they came together and created these, I thought I really liked the look of them. Why don't I just give them a go? And man, these things were way different than I kind of expected that they would be. So for starters, this midsole I thought would be pretty rugged and boot-like. However, when you get it in and you put it on foot, it's actually incredibly soft and insanely comfortable. Not only that, but the materials on the upper are so incredible that they also add to the comfort. It's kind of all puffed out and padded and super soft. It's a mixture of really nice feeling nubuck and premium leather. It kind of looks like a chunky, heavy boot, but in reality, it's lightweight, super well cushioned with premium materials that I could wear all day long with ease. It's got a super aggressive trail looking outsole, and the laces are kind of tucked into the side of the shoe, which kind of mixes like a trail sneaker with something that looks super futuristic at the same time. So yeah, it's an insanely good pair of shoes that I'm definitely going to be adding to my rotation for this winter time. So let me know down in the comment section which is your favorite out of these three, and click here to find out why this new Adidas sneaker is illegal.